we wanted to clip a bunch of the episode we did with DK to talk specifically about Izzo's legacy. I had a lot of pointed questions for you guys. And of course, the video doesn't work. It was like the universe was trying to tell me, Greg, don't do this. But I'm going to double down here. I'm going to force you to re-answer some of the questions we asked the other day, just so that people can see your reaction on this. I asked you this, and I ask you it again. If you were forced today to pick between Tom Izzo retiring tomorrow and Tom Izzo being the head coach of Michigan State basketball in 2032, 10 more years, what are you picking?
I'm picking retire tomorrow. I just don't think the trajectory on how Izzo, Izzo will be what in 2030, 80? Like, I don't know. I don't think Izzo wants to coach another 10 years. So I'm honestly doing him a favor. And it's just no. If I'm basing it off the past 2 years too, by the way. So I'm taking the past 2 years and looking at it as a trajectory and where we're going for the next 10 years. And I'm good on that. I'd rather have a little bit of change, new face, new blood, new era. Eventually the chapter of Izzo has to be flipped. I'd rather be sooner than, 10 more years of this, 10 more years of sixth place finishes and 10 more years of not making it past this first weekend.
So that to me tells me that you don't think Izzo is going to turn us around.
No, that's not. Don't try to do that.
You just said if it would be signing up for 10 more years of sixth place finishes.
If he continues on what he's been doing, yeah, unfortunately.
So are you saying he's going to continue on what he's been doing?
He could change. Who knows?
It doesn't seem likely to change.
It doesn't, but sometimes I don't know. People maybe Izzo, let's say, hits a rock bottom and we miss the tournament or something like that.
That's true. It's going to be fascinating to watch play out. So I sent you a quote yesterday. This was after we recorded the big episode with DK, but actually I'd like to pull the quote up. He essentially said, nobody wants to compete anymore. And talking about why he's staying at 9 guys. I was very confused by the quote because it sounded to me like he was admitting the program doesn't want to compete. Here's what it was, word for word. Everybody wants to know, Tom, why don't you go into the portal and get more players? But we're to the point now where people aren't as crazy about competing. Yeah, you're not as crazy about competing. Like, why are we putting this on the players' cart? Because tell me if I'm wrong here, but like he's going to go into a season with 9 guys. I know everybody disagrees with that already. We don't need to beat a dead horse. But if those 9 guys aren't happy still, he might still lose guys to the portal. Like, you're telling me if Trey Holloman plays 0 minutes in year 1 behind a loaded backcourt, there's no chance Holloman's not happy? Like, you're still going to lose guys to the portal. Go get guys. Go get guys. I don't get it.
Right. And it's such an old school way to think about the transfer portal. Like, the transfer portal is just full of a bunch of guys who just don't want to compete. That's not the case. There's there's probably some guys in the transfer portal that are like that, but for the most part, it's guys that want to, I don't know, maybe get better, be in a better situation, go play for a better team, go play for a team in the Big Ten, go play for a team that plays on ESPN all the time. I don't know, like a Michigan State. Like maybe they just want a better situation. Like it's not always the whole not competing thing. And I think you hit the point of that quote that pisses it off for me is like, oh, I can't make everyone happy. No shit, it's college basketball. Like not everyone's going to be happy. There's never been a team full of 1 through 15, probably all happy guys like completely happy with what's going on. It's college basketball. It's Big Ten basketball. We're not here to make everybody happy. We're not here to get everybody their minutes and platoon minutes and get participation trophies. That's not how it works. You're talking about competing. Guys got to compete for minutes. Play your best players. Dogs are going to play. So the whole narrative that like, oh, I don't want to have that many guys, that's tough to keep those guys happy. Who gives a fuck about happiness? You want to know what makes people real happy? When you win basketball games. You want to know the worst parts of my basketball career? When we were losing. Didn't have a damn thing to do about no minutes. I was sick of losing. Losing is ass on and off the court. So like, I don't know, that's a cop out to me.
Yeah, you know what else is tough to keep happy? The fan base when you only sign 9 players and you finish 7th in the conference repeatedly. Look, I just don't understand anything he's doing. I haven't for 2 years. That's why I've been screaming about it. But Kansas, man, like they just won a national title. You think that Joseph Yesufu was happy? Like, no. But if Remy Martin broke his knee in the national championship game, they had a point guard ready. Like, go get some dudes who can play. I don't get it. I do think there's going to be transfers out next year. He's going to lose Joey Hauser. He's going to lose some seniors. He might lose Malik Hall. And he might, God forbid, if he doesn't play Matty Sissoko or if he doesn't play Jackson Kohler enough at the center spot and plays Hauser over him this year, one of those dudes might be unhappy. One of those dudes might want to go back home. So that doesn't mean they don't want to compete. In fact, Cart, the transfer portal is full of guys who I would argue do want to compete. They're leaving worse situations to try to go to a school like Michigan State to play at the highest level. That's what the best players in the portal want to do. So stop making excuses about it and help yourself, man. Like, honestly, that's what he's not doing, is helping himself. It's crazy to me.
Right. You said it. You want to compete. Well, why don't you go compete? Because it's competitive in the transfer portal, by the way. Since you want to compete so bad, go compete against other coaches in the transfer portal. Go get players that you can compete against other teams in the country. Like, since this competitive word wants to be thrown around so bad.
Yeah, it's no different than the guys he's needed to hit on the high school trail. I'm sure there's high school players who don't want to compete necessarily, just want their minutes, want other motivational factors other than winning. It's the same shit. Just do it in the portal. Calm, deep breaths,
Sorry.
meditation time.
I was getting a little agitated there.
Do you think?
Okay, Island, Grand Haven.
Genuine question for you. Do you think Tom Izzo has ever seen anything we've said? Because there's rumors of buzz that Tom Izzo's very aware of what the press motivations are right now, what the stories are. He's been given a bunch of interviews. I think he's reading his press clippings right now. He knows people are angry with him. Do you think he's ever seen anything we've said?
That Sleepers has said?
Yeah.
No.
Do you think he ever will?
Oh yeah, he's gonna hear from us.
I can't wait for the day.
We're coming, Thomas.
At some point, there's going to be a conversation had here. I can't wait. Maybe Big Ten Media Day next year. Who knows? Also, Champions Classic is in Indy next year, so that's good news for sleepers and some of our season plans.
Yay! Oscar Tshiebwe versus Matty Sissoko.
Hey, DK was texting me last night about how he loves the matchup. He's not afraid of Kentucky, so we'll see where it goes. Which is, he was talking about the backcourt. He wasn't talking about Oscar, but he was like,
I'm scared of the backcourt too. I think Cason Wallace is one of the best guards in the country.
He was like, I don't know who Cason Wallace is, and I'm not really scared of Sabir Wheeler. And
he doesn't know who Cason Wallace is. 5-star Cason Wallace.
He was like, I don't know what he's going to be. He didn't say he doesn't know who he is, but yeah, basically
he would start for our team.
Basically, he wasn't afraid of Sabir and Jacob Toppin. I was like, you do know they have the reigning national player of the year, right? At a position Michigan State has no answer for. We'll see.
I would also take Jacob Toppin on my team.
Oh, you've gotten down bad if that's where we're turning at this point. There's another coach